So we're at on the 9 month mark after Hurricane Helene, and a lot of people are wondering about property values, whether you're buying or selling. Currently, there are 70 homes for sale in Madeira Beach. We have about 1,500 single family homes, and 200 have already applied for a demo permit. Of that, 31 of the homes are non-waterfront. 38 homes are properties on the water. Why that makes a difference is the waterfront homes are making downward pressure on your non-waterfront homes because of the long-term value and upside. There are 19 homes for sale that are not on the water, as little as 400,000 and under. And it goes all the way down to 275,000. So what we're seeing is that 350,000 is kind of sweet spot of a lot of these homes. And for people that have been looking for a beach home, if it's repairable, and we're seeing repair costs after the hurricane under 100,000, with special lending processes, you could go in and fix it up and have a great beach home. But again, it also tells you that if there's 19 homes under 400,000, there's a lot of competition, and real estate and supply and demand are definitely things that are coming into play and a reality in this market for, unfortunately, sellers that are in a position to have to sell. So in the waterfront market, if you look at that, we still are seeing a lot of pressure just on, again, the amount of properties that are there. There are actually three properties listed in the 500s for waterfront. So you can see why in the non-waterfront, it's really hard to push that upper boundary, regardless of what the property appraiser said the value was prior to the hurricane. We've got 18 properties in the 600 to 1 million range on the water and 17 over 1 million. We're just starting to see remodeled and renovated homes come back on the market. So it's really too early to see if those prices start to catch up. Florida Realtors has studied the last 9 Cat 3 hurricanes since 1995. Traditionally, in 6 months, those prices come back to normal or are greater. What I'm noticing, because we're at the 9 month mark, is that it took us long to be able to get permits, that I really feel running 3 to 4 months behind just based on the chaos that we experienced. If you have a non-waterfront home and you're looking at that, let me just move this over here. Some things that really are going to come into play on that value, and you're going to want to have work with somebody that understands that, is it substantially damaged or can it be repaired? If it's substantially damaged, the value that people will pay is much less right now, because you're talking to basically have to build a new property and a lot of other options on better pieces of property a builder would get a better return on, or an investor. I'm also seeing we have a wide variety of lot sizes. So I just looked at a lot that was 30 by 60 last week. And you're going to have to be really careful. There's some tips before you do anything so you don't lose the grandfathered setbacks. But our lot is 60 by 120. That's twice the size. So obviously that affects the value and the upside in properties looking whether you're on the waterfront or not, but specifically non-waterfront. Now, properties that do have outdoor amenities like pools and outdoor living spaces that did last and are in good shape are still helping people get that value. I will say that people are very strongly in favor of block construction over frame. I was in a frame house the other day that had been hit by the hurricane, and I literally could see light through the walls. All things being equal, more people feel block homes will be easier to repair, more resilient, and a preference that we are seeing of buyers in the market. And finally, is rental restrictions. So most of Madeira Beach has a 6 month minimum rental restriction. However, there are some places and pockets that might have a 1 month or a 3 month or short term. And I have seen those non-waterfront properties sell for more, obviously, because you've got an income potential that is going to justify that. So realize we can help you through all those considerations, but realize those numbers, a lot of things actually come into play. So I have been looking at trying to help the sellers we're working with determine where is the right place in the market. And interestingly enough, the range is wide. Low end is 66% of the property value that you see the land valued for in the property appraiser. And the high is in like 88. And it goes back to those factors we talked about. The average is coming in around 76% of the land value only in the Pinellas property appraiser, which is quite a hit that we've all taken. And my heart goes out, and I'm in that same boat, right? So we're all just navigating this, and hopefully we'll be getting to the other side. But for people that are in the market to buy, this could be the opportunity to get a property much lower than anybody has seen for a long time. And we may wait and see for a long time past this. There's actually a breakdown of what has sold when it comes to non-waterfront properties in the last 6 months. And you can see what I was telling you here, anywhere from 66% of land value to 88% of land value. What I will tell you is that whether or not you can put 100 grand in and remodel it and use it, or whether it has to tear down, dramatically affects what ends of the range that you are on. However, it is, quite shocking to a lot of people who have purchased, especially in the last couple of years, to find out how much equity and how much value has currently been crushed based on supply and demand. Now, if you're somebody that wants more information about your property, what would that look like you potentially have? Or if you're a buyer trying to make sure you buy right, because I believe strongly that you make your money on the buy side, reach out to me. I'm happy to give you that honest feedback on what we're seeing and the pros and cons of what you're dealing with. What I would say is, for most people, if you don't have to sell right now, that's probably your best option. Let the market come back a little. Let us get some stronger comparables, because what we're still seeing, even in the first wave of waterfront properties that are coming on the market for sale, many of those people are under financial distress and having to take a lesser price, say, to get through their own personal situation. I will tell you that whether you know or not, there's some great financing options right now. And we've had buyers purchase properties with financing that allows them to actually roll all the repairs in. It goes for the after repair value. It's a great value. So if you're somebody that's thinking, well, I'd love to do it, but I don't know how to pay for it because I don't have the cash to make the repairs, there are financing. We work with great people that can help you navigate through all that. And if you want information, you can certainly get an education about it. Every time, every situation is unique, every property is unique. So just hopefully you're working with somebody that actually has a finger on the pulse. Because what I will tell you is, people that are pricing too high are actually 25% of properties sell in the first week. And if people are not really in touch with what is really happening and they listen to someone who prices it for what they want, often what happens is they end up netting a lot less. So be happy to share with you what we're learning. We are living through it ourselves here in Madeira Beach, and we are just encouraged to see that we are coming to the other side. We're seeing our neighbors getting back in our homes. We hope to be back in ours soon. It's June 2025. I'm Cindy Hayden with the Sandbars and Sunsets team at Future Home Realty. If you've got questions about any of it, feel free. I'm just a call or text away, and I'd be happy to help. So have a great day.